All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are experiencing some difficulties. All right, can you hear me? Check 1, 2, check, 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 check. All right, so we are experiencing some troubles here. In Lagrange, we had, I woke up about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Power was out already. So, I don't know how long it was out. So make sure you check your food, your refrigerators. Make sure your food is good. I don't know if it was out all night, but it just went back up. And we got a problem with this power company out here, or whoever designed the power grid or something. Every single business in town was out. McDonald's, the banks, the grocery store, all the gas stations, except for that one gas station outside of town here on the west side, BP, LA Express. We might have to tap into their power. We might have to do that. Because it seems like whenever the power goes down, they're the only ones that stay up and running. So we might have to connect into their power. Can't have this. All right, let's enjoy our coffee and our morning. All right, folks. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I said, I went to bed probably, I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. The power was on. Everything was fine. Went to bed. Woke up about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and the power was off. Nothing on. I got dressed, stumbled into my car, and drove around to see if anything was open. There was nothing open. I went down to Sunco. I thought maybe they'd be open. Not open. Miller's was closed. For some reason, it's this side of town or this part of the grid they have us on. Power always going on. Now, you know what I think possibly could have happened is that they're pissed because some of these people were given food stamps or something like that, got their food stamps on the first maybe. And, being that we live in a country where it's a two-headed, three-headed monster, the other side got mad. They shut the power down. For how long? I don't know. Maybe long enough to defrost your food. Now all your food's wrecked. It could be. Check your food, folks. Make sure. Don't take any chances with food. Now, you also have to take in consideration the grocery stores, right? Because if they're down 6 hours, 4 hours, whatever, without power, stuff starts to defrost. Now, all that food that was just brought in the grocery store in town here is no good because it started defrosting. Now you got to push it as not frozen, and then you got to sell it. You can't freeze, defrost, refreeze, costing the American people a lot of money. Power grid sucks. Communication sucks. I might be going back to my other provider that I had, which was Brightpoint, I think it is. And the only reason I'm saying that is because when the power would go out, the internet would go out, they had emergency phone line here, landline. So it always worked, even when the power was out. But now that I switched over to MediaCom or Extreme Media or whatever it is, if the power goes out and if you're getting your phone through them, through the internet, then your phone's out too. So the whole system, it finally caught up to the United States. Technology, the calls that they made, they should have left landlines alone uh, as a backup. And now communications, well, now the bad guy, the enemy, controls America. Sad but true. Either that or we probably have a disgruntled electrical power company or something. But it's going to be a long winter. We didn't get but 2 inches of snow, I think, out there. Power's already going out. Maybe it was a cyber attack or whatever, but the main thing is check your food, folks. If it's defrosted, then you're going to either have to eat the food or whatever. Yeah. You know, we've been going through this for I don't know how many years in this little town, and they went ahead and tore everything up and said, we got it fixed, you know. No, we just redid everything, and it's still going out all the time. So what they failed to do was listen to the professionals, and they should have went solar, wind power, because in the end, it does work uh, for emergencies, especially when someone else is controlling their grid. Probably hackers or something, or disgruntled workers. If they're paying people to go in and sabotage companies, shut power down and interrupt. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Debbie Fox. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Everything has been going crazy, even my power, my microphones, everything. I wonder if it was a solar flare. I think we got some more snow last night, but not much. Look at how it's stuck to the trees, Deb. So I bought a cup of coffee this morning because I had no power to make my own. I bought a cup of coffee at BP. All I can say is, I don't know who's making your coffee there, but good God almighty. I hope I live. Oh, it's white out there. I think this is the last day, and I think tomorrow it starts to warm up dramatically, so most of the snow will be gone here in a day or two. Thank God. But I'll tell you what, America, but boy, they really got it in the shitter. Communication, you're doomed. America is doomed. Communication, powers, boy, they really screwed America big time. Debbie says they're getting ready to vote again. I'd put a bullet in every single one of their heads. It is that screwed up. This whole thing, let's go digital, let's do everything. I'm like, don't do it. You're falling into the prey of the enemy. And screw you, Kramer. You don't know what you're talking about. Now the power goes out and your signal shot. They played right into the hands of the devil. Makes them now that power is on. Yeah, the power is on now. Just went on. How long it'll be on, I don't know. But I can tell you this much. This was a sign I'm getting a generator. I'm definitely getting a generator. Well, I'm going to try and get it because it's going to be a long winter, folks. It's going to be a very long winter. And when you have people that work within businesses that are exceptional to corruption, they'll shut a whole power grid down, for money. That's what they've been doing. It's just crazy. They want to control everything, right? We're the great power company. You don't do it us. We'll just shut your power off. You can freeze to death. Yeah. You got problems, America. You can't run a generator there, can you? Oh, hell yeah, I can run a generator. Oh, yeah, I'll run a generator here. I'll chain it. What I'll do is drill a lag boat into the concrete patio out here. I'll put a lag boat in it with a eye hook on it and then chain the generator to it and leave the generator outside. And then when the power goes out, instead of losing all my food and freezing to death, I can just kick on the generator and run an extension cord inside, run my stove, freezer, internet, TV, heater. Yeah, but when they started telling people you can't do this, you can't do that, we knew they were Nazis. We opened fire on them. We knew they were Nazi. You can't keep yourself warm. Yeah, Nazi, kill them. That's pretty much what they did. Right? We won't stand for this tyrannism, terrorism, whatever. Some say it's Penny Keys, Andrew Pandrew, and Ernie Shell that's controlling the whole thing, the power grid and everything. Some vampires or something. It's possible. Debbie, don't you laugh at me. I pissed all over my toilet this morning because I couldn't see. All over down my leg and all over my toilet. I had to clean my toilet once the power came. Yeah. I woke up, it was still dark out. I can't turn the light on, no power. What happened? My God, what happened? I got to go to the bathroom. I tripped 7 times to the bathroom and then pissed on my leg and all over the toilet. Yeah, paybacks are a bitch, America. They aren't going to let you have a generator. Yeah. Smith & Wesson says different. No, I woke up, I'm telling you, there was somebody that was trespassing on me from this area, from this complex, whatever. Somebody's laying in people as we're sleeping. And I want to catch these witches, goblins, and goblins. I want to thank Jake Snyder that came out here. He's a YouTuber, big YouTuber, hunting monsters, witches, warlock. I've seen his video. He came to Lagrange here. He's looking for the Lagrange monster or witch or whatever. Now, here's the thing. The power company's saying, we didn't shut the power down. We didn't have a problem. It's some kind of entity or something. And I'm like, well, there we go. That's all the evidence we needed. That's all the evidence that this stuff's. I should have knew better, Debbie. It was on Discovery, Amish witches or whatever on the Discovery Channel or whatever. That could be. Debbie says you can't even feed the squirrels. Yeah, we're gonna be having a lot of changes around here. I got like 3 guys that are coming in, fully loaded to the gill with military grade weaponry and stuff. We're going to handle this problem in this town, this corrupt little town. Calm down. There'll be time for calming down when the dead is gone. You're getting too excited, Debbie. Calm down. Just my main concern is check the food, folks. We don't know. Like I said, I went to bed at 2. Debbie, what time did we go to bed last night? About 2 o'clock? Well, at least I did. I don't know how long. Debbie's up late. She stays up till wee hours of the morning. I went to bed about 2, I think it was, 2:30, and the power was still on. So between 2:30 and 7:30, when I woke up, the power went out somewhere. So check your food, check your milk, right? If it's not real cold, check your freezer. If any meat started to defrost, uh, cook it up. Well, what we're going to start doing is taking out power company people, because the government, the state here, the mayor, whatever, it wasn't us, it's the power company. Our grid just can't handle. Okay, well, now these people lost, I don't know how much money in food that they were just given. Uh, and the revenge was shut the power down and their food would go bad inside the freezers and stuff, right? Retaliation. And that's what this country is a two-headed cyclops cyborg beast. Always conflicting. It'll never stand on its own because it's a two-headed beast. Right? Your government wants to be in power, and then big business and the power companies and all the utility companies want to be, it's just a collaborance of who is the best of the best or the biggest penis or whatever. Check your food, folks. Make sure, and they probably shut down the power around her. I wouldn't, unless the school's got emergency generators, but the school was probably called today. Well, I hope them kids didn't go to school and there was no power there. Got dropped off there and no power. Yeah, it's just you guys wrecked my country. And paybacks are a son of a gun. You wrecked my country, my life, my whole thing, everything. You not only mine, millions, quadrillions. We're not happy. Debbie says they're getting ready to vote today. Well, I'm voting we're going to be firing everybody if they don't start straightening up their act. As a civilian, if you went to work and did something like what they've been doing to us, they would have fired you and then probably threw you in jail. But, because they have a badge or they a government or Senate, whatever it is, I voted yes. Open the dang government. But whom? I'm just one man. I'm just one man in a movie show. That's it. You fridge and freezer was closed. It's fine. Boy, woman, I hope you understand that you're trying to control me. I say the food is bad and these companies or the government is going to pay tenfold for the food that we just got that they refuse to pay us, the dang Nazis. And you're trying to tell me everything's fine. All right, well, I have my coffee. Thank God once the power came on, I ran right to the coffee pot. I don't know what they're serving up down there at BP, but I just went to the bathroom before I went live from that coffee, and I don't know. I could tell you this much: you could put a screen door on my toilet, and I would have shit right through it. Like it did. It wasn't even a splattered back of it. It was water. Who knows what is some kind of third world Ebola gala living in that cup? Somebody switch the cup. Somebody learn how to make some good coffee. It's like McDonald's, right? You got to wash the coffee pots. You got to wash the coffee makers, or you're going to get gugaganas, or whatever they call it, gigaganas, whatever's cramp in the stomach. You're crapping all day. Debbie Fox is saying it's just a power outage from the snow. Yeah, what does that tell you about the greatest country in the world? Please don't snow or you're going to shut a whole goddamn country down. Yeah, that's real good. Please don't snow or rain because you'll shut our whole power grid down. I've been waiting for someone to give me the right to throw punch. Miss Debbie, for telling me calm down. I don't know what kind of magic, what kind of curse, what kind of witchery, sorcery you put upon me. But I just bought a couple steaks, and if they're no good anymore, well, you're gonna reimburse me for them. One way or another, you will discover I'm not here to make friends with you all. I'm here to put an end to your madness and your crazy world. Miss Debbie Fox says they're still good. Well, we'll know once I eat them, and if I don't make it through the night, well, then you know they were bad. But I can't go no longer in this country because it's stupid. I'm a retard. And when the retards are saying, boy, these dudes are stupid, right? And that's pretty much what my people have been telling me. I did it, Johnny. Look at that stupid guy. Yeah, they're stupid. Well, you just can't get good help anymore. I went crazy this morning. Well, I must have been doing 105 right in town here, beeping my horn. Get out of my way, you bastards. Got no power in town. Oh, I was pissed. I'm like, they told me they had this, you know, and we're gonna find the main to that gas station. We're gonna find the main line that connects that gas station to the power grid, and we're gonna tap right into it because that's the only goddamn building that is ever going when the power goes out. And we're gonna find it. We're getting our backhoes out and digging. Let me see what Miss Debbie Fox is saying. No, Debbie, it's like someone is trying to control this town by cutting it off with power, or they're busting pipes and the water's contaminated. And these people need to be dealt with. Let me see what Miss Debbie Fox is trying to do. You seen what happened last night? The guy the world was waiting on was late to the boat. Yeah. They had a generator. No, they don't have a generator. Well, guess what? We're going to be tapping into that generator to run this town. How is an effing gas station running and the government-backed banks are shut down? Can you effing tell me what your priorities are, government? Why don't you just open a banking account at the BP Speedway or BP Lagrange or whatever, LA Express? It's got palm trees all over it. Take that shit back to California, but give us our power. Connect right back. Debbie Fox says idiots running the world. Yeah. You're right about that, little lady. But we're going to make movies about it. The day Lagrange stood still. Look at the chunks of ice falling from the skies. Yeah, what kind of priority is that? I bet you the clown had something to do with it. The McDonald's. I bet you they had something to do with it. Clowns always got something to do. Well, Miss Fox, I'm glad that you finally came to your terms that a bunch of idiots run this world. Well, a bunch of glutton, greedy, indulged, God syndrome people run this world. I'm half blind, half dumb, half deaf, half an idiot. But I'll tell you what, there ain't nothing worse. There's nothing worse than waking up and you got no power in the dark, peeing on your toilet seat and down your leg. Is not cool. There ain't no one I can charge for that except for myself. But if there was someone in charge of that, you bet your butt I'd be charging them. Now, let me tell you how devoted one of these gas station guys were. The Sunco right in town here in Lagrange, the power went out. And they I don't know if they're like from, I don't know where they're from. They're, a gas station. But they were so pissed. They opened up their doors and the guy was in there with a flashlight. And a change box that he had, put money in it for change. And he had a calculator and he was selling stuff. He said, I'll be danged if I'm going to keep the people. So he wasn't even from this kind. Whoever was running the Sunco there, they're like, we're losing business, and the town, the people, everything shut down. The grocery store, the banks. He opened his doors. I went in there myself and bought something. It was all dark and everything. He's like, yeah, you have a flashlight. Here you go. Look, get what you need. Bring it up to the thing. No, we're only paying in cash. I said, oh, cool. Or they were only accepting cash. Well, you have a generator, Deb. So when the power goes on, you could just turn your generator on. Right? And you got power again. So it probably don't bother you too much. Well, here's the thing, right? You have a grocery store in town. We know they're making money, but yet they can't invest in a diesel generator to keep the place open and the food cold. Power goes out in town, everything goes out. Right? Now the gas stations, right? They're making money. You think they would have emergency generators, right? The power goes out, they flip the breaker, go out, hit the generator, and boom, they got power, pumping gas and everything. They don't want to spend the money on the generators. Screw it. Everything goes down. Nobody gets gas. Nobody gets nothing in this town. No food, no water, nothing. And we want to talk to the people in charge. But then again, whenever we go looking for them, they disappear. They disappear. You know, who's sitting on the commission? Right? What? They're looking for them again. Take off. Yeah, you got to have gas for a generator, Debbie. They don't have emergency generators. If the power goes out, oh well, you're SOL. Now, why don't they spend the $5,000 and have an emergency generator put in? They could probably get away with cheaper than $5,000 to have the business up and running and whatever. They don't. I don't know why. I don't know why. They'll open up. They'll sell the goods in the store, but you can't get gas. Like I said, that one Sunco place down there, Lagrange Food Mart, or where that one kid works, is a pretty cool kid. Right next to the wash. Like I said, they got so pissed off because the power was out for a couple days. They opened. They were letting people in, but they were only taking cash. They stayed open for so long, and then they shut down at night. They didn't want to take no risk of getting robbed or anything, but they did open during the day. And I want to thank them people for doing that. But we need to find out what is going on here. Why is this town only, it's almost like they got all four points of this town on different grids. Right? I don't know what it is. I would say they better figure it out real fast. Your power was only out for a few hours. Get a grip on yourself. Nah, it was out longer than that, Debbie. Well, here's the thing, Deb. This happens every year. Numerous times a year. They just came in, put new lines everywhere, new system, new grid. We got to fix, yada, yada, yada. And it happens again. Now, is it just a coincidence, Deborah, that it happened the day that the government is reopened and they put food stamps out to people that the government was saying they shouldn't have got it? Was it a coincidence that the government reopens and the effing power goes out? Coincidence? It's almost like Ripley's Believe It or Not, which was an excellent. In this little town of Lagrange, the power was running just fine until they decided to open the government. Mysteriously, the power went out for 3, 4, 6 hours. Believe it or not. I'm just making movies here and content, Debbie. If I got on here every day and said the world was great and all these businesses and everybody was great, nobody would watch my channel. They would be telling me, you're crazy. Look at what's wrong over here. Look at this. Look at that. So I gotta please both sides. So some days it's the greatest town in the world. Other days it's demonic and taken over by aliens. Miss Fox, can you please explain to me how you know that the power was only out for a couple hours? Please explain to me, little one. That's what I thought. No reply. Well, let me tell you. If I wasn't blinder than a bat from my diabetes, I'd smack your ass. That's what you get for playing games with the U.S. Debbie, how does it feel to have the United States government back up and running? Now, it's going to take a little while. We just fired up the machine. It's going to have to run maybe a month. About a month before the machine warms up and we can pull the choke up, push the choke back in. The machine takes a little while to fire up and get going. One thing that never shuts down, and that's the beloved Mother Green and the butt kicking machine. That's 24/7. Never shuts down. So we got the machine going. Are you happy that the government is reopened? Everything is going good? I hope so. No, I didn't get no SNAP benefits or government card or anything like that. So I don't know. Hopefully everything is back to normal. And not everybody gets their SNAP benefits on the 1st, the 2nd, 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. Some people don't get their SNAP benefits until the middle of the month. So I don't know if I got any money on my government card. No, probably not, because I've just been a pain in the butt lately, but I'm just tired of it. We're the greatest country in the world. Everything should be running like clockwork. I'm very upset at these people that messed with my machine. The machine is designed only to tweak and take away things slowly. If you think you're going to make massive changes in the machine's going to break down. And the proof is in the pudding that we're seeing. Let me see what my mod, Miss Debbie Fox, is saying. Debbie said she meant Trump is an idiot. I would never say that, Mr. Trump, but Miss Debbie Fox. He can't take them back. What the F is he thinking? I don't know. He's trying to cancel everything. I want to thank Congress and Senate for getting the power back on and firing up the machine. And thank God we will have Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner for these children. And I got children all around me here. And I'll be danged if they go cold and they don't have food. So I want to thank Congress, Senate, and the beloved Mother Green butt-kicking machine for getting the power going and making sure we have a Christmas, food. People's been getting a check, and these people drove us crazy. Put fear, not the fear of God, the fear of just an idiot that thinks they are gods. You know, put fear and scare into them, and we'll starve them, and we'll do. Yeah, it's just horrible. I agree. Debbie, it's already been passed. The things that they're voting on is to debate it. Right? The government is opened. It is running. Takes a little while to get going, but officially on paper, it's open. What they're voting on is whether to debate it. Right? It's going to remain open, but they want to debate it. So they're opening it until September of 2026. The government will be running. It's open. I said it's open, woman. Folks, make sure you have your sunglasses on when you go outside. It is very bright with the snow, and you will get snow blind. Debbie says that was just a test vote. Oh my God, I can't believe. Debbie, why are you trying to push my buttons this morning? I'm already upset, little lady. Don't you know what it feels like to wake up in the cold dark, stumble to the bathroom, hit every switch in the apartment to see if the power's on, and then you stumble into the bathroom and you're trying to go to the bathroom and you don't know where it's going. You're aiming, but you're not even awake, and you don't even know what's happening. You're going, oh my God, what is this? I just pissed all over the walls. There has to be a better way than what we're doing. What happened? What happened? Where did technology go down the tubes? I don't know. Why? If it ain't broke, why fix it? You can update it. You can make improvements, but why change a whole program when it's running? When it's when it's for 100 years, the system worked. Yeah, the power grid's outdated, meaning the wires haven't been replaced in 100 years. All you do is you replace the wires with the same wires that got you through 100 years, through hurricanes, storms. We didn't have power outages like we have today, back in the 70s and 80s. Well, really 60s and 70s. Time to bring in the generator. I'm getting a generator. I'll have to buy a used one. I can't afford a new one. I mean, if I get a new one, it'll have to be from over the internet, like one of these $99 ones, but that ain't gonna run $240 for the stove. So I'll have to get a used one, big enough for where it's got a 240 line and big enough where it'll run my fridge, stove, TV, and heater. Folks, if you do prepare for whatever happens, and I'm not trying to scare people, it's just good to have for backup a generator and a portable heater that you can plug in, because if the power goes out, you can't use the electric heat here on the floorboards. So you're going to need a way to heat. And the only way to do that is portable, not unless you put a hot box in your fuse box where you and then plug 240 generator into that and fire everything. So you're just better off getting a portable heater and rock until the power comes on. Now, see, when I had my property, I had, and my grandfather's property, he had a hot box where he wired the whole house to the hot box. So when the power went out, he'd flip the breaker off to the main power that was coming in from the power company. And he would flip the breaker on the generator, and the generator would start, and he would have a cord plugged into the hot box, and the hot box ran the furnace, the freezer, power, TV. But he had his own house. We had a house. My house, I had a small generator. And believe it or not, he had a sub pump hooked up to it too, to the generator, to pump out any water or crap or whatever. So it worked out good. Will it work? Yes, it will work. Does the government and the power companies want you to know that? Probably not. Let me see what Miss Debbie Fox is saying. You need to ask if you can have one. We're not asking anybody anymore about survival. If any politician or government or any establishment says you can't supply heat to yourself or food or a way to cook, we're putting them on a list. Humanity comes first. Before any profit, before anyone's pocketbook, human life and children's lives come first. And that's where your country made a big mistake. Let me see what Miss Debbie Fox is saying. I'll tell you what, you look outside in that bright light, you will go snowblind. Debbie says they won't even let you feed the squirrel and birds. You're not going to have a generator. Don't tell me, woman, I can't have a generator. We got one of the biggest solar fields right up here in Michigan, right on the border. Well, why ain't we tapped into that? The whole area is a goddamn solar field. Why is Michigan up to that? Yeah, I don't know. And we're only 5 minutes, 8 minutes away from Michigan, the border. I don't know. Got plenty of farmland out there. I don't know why the town ain't putting up a solar panel field of emergency generators. I don't know. Who's in charge of the generators? How come they weren't switched on or whatever this morning? I don't know. I can't do everything in this town. I can't do everything in this country. All I could do is complain about it. Peacefully. Debbie's still pissed about the squirrels. Debbie Fox wants to get rid of them all. She's like, get rid of these people. They won't even let you feed those loving little tiny squirrels. They're madmen there. Well, I'm glad the government is back up and running. You drove us completely crazy. You are partly the blame for driving the American people's crazy. And we're not creating asylums or any of that crap. We finally figured out you're driving us nuts. We hired you to do jobs, and you're literally driving us nuts. Spending all kinds of money, sending it everywhere else. Yeah, lawsuits, I would say. There's some are saying you can't do anything about it, but come voting day, we're all going to scribble in we're crossing out everything and just voting. We'll do the job. We don't need you. Debbie Fox says the government is still closed. What don't you idiots understand? The government is shut down. Well, see, this is the confusion that they're putting out. This is what Led Zeppelin sang about, communication breakdown. Because before I went to bed last night, they were on the news saying government is going to be open in until September of 2026. It was voted and passed. And now they're voting on whether they should debate it or not. But no matter what, it has been passed. And Food Snap and all that is up and running, thanks to Congress and Senate. And now people are saying, "Oh, it's not open. It's shut down. It's all just a test run." No, you do test runs on hits, mafia hits. You do test runs on military missions, not on voting. I mean, it's just crazy, Debbie. They're driving everyone crazy. You do tests on experimental vehicles that are coming out, and weaponry and stuff like that. Not on voting. We're just going to do a test vote. No, everyone's going to keep starving. We're just going to do a test vote to see if whatever will make the changes. If everyone says yes, then we'll have to bribe these people to say no. Debbie says it was only a test vote. It's like a TV program. This is only a test from your communication TV broadcasting system. This is only a test. My God. All glory goes to God for getting the power going. King of Kings, the light, the one that is. Miss Debbie Fox said she's waiting for these old farts to show up so they can do a dry test run to see if everyone starves for the holidays. Here they go, voting to see if there'll be a mistletoe or coal in your sock, and no one eats and no heat or electricity. I can't feel my toes. I'm eating shoe leather and drinking bleach, trying to live and live in peace. I got no camel toes, no one around, no one to play with, not even that clown. I wish I lived in a perfect world. I gotta laugh about it. It's crazy. If you don't laugh about it, it'll drive you nuts. Yeah, I've worked 20 years without pay. They're complaining about 6 weeks. Matter of fact, I'm still working and not getting paid. I had to refill my coffee and go to the bathroom this time where I can actually see. Debbie says, please stop singing like that. How dare you try to tell me how to use my talent? I'm an artist. You can't tell me what to do. I have my freedoms. That's what the law states. Artists have freedoms. Debbie said it sounded like two cats fighting. How dare you, woman, criticize my voice or my technique? You're jealous of my vibrato. Debbie says some of these people that are sitting and voting in Congress and Senate are older than the crypt keepers themselves, which very could be possible. Elon did speak of vampires. So it's very possible, Debbie, that these people, you heard Elon. Elon, what do you think? Well, these people are 150 years old. Yeah. Well, there's nothing that could be 150 years old. A vampire. That explains it. Vampires. And by the way, Johnny, I want to suck your blood. I don't think so, you bloodsucker. Get out of here. That explains it. Don't you ever talk about Elon like that or my beloved country, Debbie, ever again. Ever call him an alien head. You have no proven fact or proof that he is part alien. Show the receipts. Oh my God, this coffee tastes so good. You know, you gas stations out there and restaurants, if you need me to come in and show you folks how to make a good cup of coffee, you can hire me. I'll come in and do it. And it tastes great. I just washed my coffee pot last night. Before I went to bed, I washed my coffee pot out. Coffee's tasting great. You know, I don't know if it's the coffee or the mixture, the ratio, the coffee to water ratio, or maybe the Clover Valley French vanilla creamer that I'm using. But my God, it never tasted so good. In Jesus' name, amen. I really don't have any positivity when it comes to these old dudes. Debbie is not happy with these older people within Congress and Senate voting, Supreme Court, but we love you and we're not going to abuse you. Just do your job. That's all we're asking. We love our old people. And that's why I'm throwing such a complaint right now, is because I've been in this town for a while. And I'm telling you, it's gone down tubes. Where? I don't know. When? Who? I'm not sure. But we used to have a setup here where if the power went out, the phone still worked, which I might be going back to that plan. And we need emergency generators. I'm sorry. But you need some kind of a backup plan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why ain't it working? I don't know. People are saying, we already have it. Well, who's in charge of it? Because it ain't running properly. Let me see. Debbie said we have a silver alert on the one dude's last night. How can the greatest country in the world be interrupted? Their power shut down, their internet interrupted. I can't have it. I can't have it in the greatest country in the world. I can't have it. I'm sorry. I'm like in the Goodfellas right now. This is all I've been hearing. The greatest country in the world, but we have death all around us. Power outages, internet interruptions. I can't have it. I can't have it. It's like when Henry was cheating on his wife and he left his wife, right? You had Big Paulie that came over there to his house, right? Hey, yo, Henry, you got to go home, right? Your wife's driving everybody nuts. I can't have it. I can't have this. You got to go back home. That's what this is like. Yeah, they hit me with a gamma gun, Debbie. I'm all messed up. They hit me with a gamma ray. Technical energy gun. Wiped everything off my microphone, everything. My voice, everything. Debbie says I sound like two cats screwing in a park. Dark alley in Chicago, probably. That's me. I used to sound so good, had a golden voice, a ticket to Hollywood, but then they realized they used magic to kill me, witchery and sorcery. Debbie, what is all the uproar going on? Let them do their jobs. Debbie, did you see this one? Deadly secret of the White House. Demolishing, finally exposed. They must have found Hoffa. Debbie, how can you tell me that the government is not open when you yourself in chat right now just said it was supposed to start at 11 and it still hasn't started? That is the number one clue that the government is reopened, because nothing is on time anymore. So there, don't question my seniority and my authority anymore, young lady. I wish you had a brain. I wish you would meditate. I wish you would have your coffee. I wish you would smoke a big ganja bowl and relax. All right, I got chores to do. You folks have a great day. God bless. I want to thank all glory goes to God for turning the power back on. And I hate to do it, but thanks to the power company for turning the power back on. Whoever did it, I don't know. I don't know if people are playing with us to try and prove a point of trying to do that. They're just trying to shut me up. They'll actually shut the whole town down just to keep me from talking. Now, I want you folks to have a beautiful day. Now, remember, if you're going outside, wear your sunglasses. You don't want to get snow. Stay warm. Now that the power's on, we don't know how long. Heat up your house. Check your food. Cook your food if you can. We're being held hostage by our own societies, our own country. Yeah, I did say tree limbs were breaking last night, but we only had a couple inches, right? It rained, then froze, then we got a couple inches of snow, and branches were breaking. So, you folks have a great day. God bless. And I got to clean my toilet now from my little mishap this morning. You've been watching the easy listening of Johnny Kramer's Music Movie Channel. God bless you all. All glory goes to God. Maybe one tree limb did fall on the power line, but you know what? We shouldn't have power lines above ground by now. We should have everything underground. Not acceptable to the wind, to the trees, but all in time. You folks have a great day. Miss Debbie Fox, keep looking up to the stars and keep dreaming. One day you'll make it, little lady. We're signing off on Johnny Kramer's 101.234 FM. If I could only dream, I dream a big breast in my face, and I'd never be hungry or pee on my toilet seat, 'cause I'd have power 24/7 each day. God bless you all. All glory goes to God. Amen.